All right, everybody, it's John again from Gasper's Automotive Restoration, and today we've got a quick video for you on the 82 Chevy square body, the shop truck. We've done a video on this in the past. Check it out, like and subscribe, please. And oh, that guy's gonna crash. We're gonna pop the hood here and check out this carburetor because this truck is an 82 Chevy C-10, and we've got a 292 six-cylinder under the hood here. Now most of the time you see 250s and that was the standard GM six-cylinder, but the 292 really didn't come along in most trucks. It was kind of a special engine. It came in a little bit heavier duty models. Usually I've never seen it in a half-ton truck, but I'm sure they did make them early on, maybe in the 70s or something. But it's a really cool motor. And just a note, if you're looking at a Chevy six-cylinder and you want to tell if it's a 250 or a 292, the quickest way you can is with these valve covers. You see here, this is where the push rods are in here, and so it's just a cover, access cover. If that cover is tall like this, it's about 6 inches tall, 6.5 inches tall, that's a 292. If that access cover is about 3 inches tall, it's a 250. So that's the easiest way to tell. GM used the same heads, the same crank. They just changed the stroke and they made a 292. 292s also never came with integral heads. There's a thing GM did back in the day. It's called the integro head. It's a piece of junk. I'm a GM guy telling you that. So it's just a bad design, and it was a failure. They got rid of it and they went to V6s in the 80s. So but the 292 here has the non-integral head, which is traditional bolt-on manifolds, exhaust and intake, and so it gives you a lot better performance and a lot less problems. So let's get in here. We're going to take this cover off. Okay, so let's take a look inside here. We're going to pull off the air cleaner and take this little spacer off. Bought this online. Neat little air cleaner spacer. Brought it up high enough to get over this hose and a couple other things. So that's handy. And bring you in here. So this carburetor, this engine originally started out with a single barrel carburetor, and it was the typical beehive carburetor that they ran in the 60s, and this engine's a 1964, so that made sense. Manual choke. I didn't want manual choke, I wanted electric choke, so I got a one barrel monojet from the late 70s with electric choke. It worked, but it didn't have the performance. So I tried out this adapter. My buddy Barry told me that he used to run a 2-barrel Holly on his 292 in his 74, I believe it was, Chevy heavy half-ton, and it ran like crazy. So I got this carburetor from my carburetor rebuilder. He rebuilt it for me, and it fits right on here. I also picked up this really cool spacer here that goes between, it adapts from the 2-barrel carburetor right here, you can see the gasket, to this here, and it goes down to the standard GM 2-bolt for the you could put this on a 250 or on an earlier 250 six-cylinder or the 292, either one. The bolt pattern and the hole pattern is the same here. And my buddy Stu made up this aluminum spacer right here to go underneath that one to raise up the whole entire carburetor, because this electric choke was not going to fit down here between here and here. This valve cover is winning, so we had to raise that up so we had access to it, and it came out really nice. So this carburetor works great. It's inexpensive to get them. They're inexpensive to have rebuilt. A lot of guys talk about fuel injection and doing all that stuff, and fuel injection's great and doing all that, but it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money. And this little 2-barrel carburetor right here, it really performs. So if you've got a 6-cylinder, you know, hey, if you got a Ford or a Dodge, that's cool too. Those came a lot of times with a monojet or a small single barrel carburetor. So you can do the same thing with those that I did here. So check it out. Look for the adapters online. They got a lot of them. And you can have a lot more fun. This thing performs. It goes down the street really nice now. All right, guys, so this has been the Chevy shop truck, Chevy C-10 carburetor update. This thing's ready to rock and roll. We're on the road. So if you like this, please subscribe. And always remember, keep that old iron running. Gotta love those old hoods. They just hear it from a mile away.